slideshow?
Yes.
Hold on, it looks like it's pulling up.
Yes, it's on my screen.
Okay. So I'm not going to make it big because there's not a lot of us, and that way I can see if there's anyone coming in. But I appreciate you, Katie, because I know you'll help me out. So obviously my position on the board this year is, what a great position, is health and wellness. It's something that I'm really, it's very personal to me for several reasons, with my family and obviously just my community. So this session is going to be about supporting mental and physical health. Let me preface it with, this is not about, we're not going to go into like the coronavirus and stuff like that. I know a lot of people had messaged me asking if I was going to talk about that. I mean, of course, that has something to do with this, but we're not going to really kind of dive into that. If you weren't on the call prior to this, it's recorded. You can listen to some of that stuff too. Let's move on. Okay, so what is mental and physical health? It sounds like something that's so simple and everyone should know, but the associations between mental and physical health are: poor mental health is a risk factor for chronic physical conditions. And a lot of people don't realize that. If your mindset isn't right, or, your clinical depression, non-diagnosed depression, so many different things, maybe just having a bad day, it's definitely going to make you have physical manifestations of that. So have you ever woken up one day and been like, you know what, I'm just not feeling it today. It's just, I'm not with it. And then later that day, you're like, I'm so tired and I didn't really do anything. That is a perfect example of those two things being so drastically linked. Moving on, people with serious mental health conditions are at high risk of experiencing chronic physical conditions. So I didn't put any studies, but at the end, I have some different links for that. I didn't want to bog it down with like statistics and stuff like that, but we just kind of want to touch upon so we all have the basis of what it is. And people with chronic physical conditions are at risk for developing more mental health. I can speak from this. My mom was paraplegic and suffered, that's obviously going to kind of bring you down with some of that stuff. So why it's important to me, I kind of touched on it a second ago. This is personal to me. I don't know anyone who can honestly state that these two life aspects have not touched them personally in some way or another, whether or not it was yourself or somebody else. Some more people popped on. Just so all of you know, I'm in my car, but it's because of internet down because of the storm. So sorry, I don't look very professional today. Moving on. So with such high rate of mental distress among adolescents, because that is so important, it's more important than ever for teachers to understand the role of gatekeepers. And I should have added on here, it's as PTA reps, obviously right now we're not spending a whole lot of time in the schools as we would probably want. But when we are in the schools seeing those different things, how many times have you been helping with book fair or mentoring, and you see a kid who's just not feeling it? That's what we call gatekeepers. So gatekeepers are people in regular contact with a vulnerable population who are trained to recognize the warning signs and help link troubled individuals with the right resources. That's what we're going to kind of talk about here, about kind of what those resources are, so to speak.
Tiffany,
yeah,
just a minute, please. If I can have everybody put on mute, if everybody can go on to mute, and Bernie and you're on. There we go. And if you good, thank you. We're all good. Thank you.
Awesome. So we kind of touched on this, but how are they linked? Mental and physical health are closely connected. Mental health plays a major role in people's ability to maintain good physical health. Mental illnesses such as depression and anxiety affect people's ability to participate in health promoting behaviors. So a lot of times you're going to see people who, if they're not very active, kids who love to play video games all the time, they're it has been proven that those kids might have a more difficult time concentrating when they're in school. If you're using, one side of your brain more than the other, and you're not linking it with physical activity, it's just, have you ever heard that saying that life is about balance? This is everything. So your mental and physical health definitely linked. Why is mental health so important? Mental health includes our emotional, psychological, and social well-being. It affects how we think, feel, and act. It also determines how we handle stress, relate to others, and make choices. Mental health is important at every stage of life, from childhood, adolescence, through adulthood. So right now, I know I said I'm not going to talk about coronavirus. Don't tell anyone I lied. But we're at a place where so many people have been, and some still are, quarantined or social distancing. And what does that mean for us now? Many people are worried about what the mental health ramifications for that are. I don't think that we're going to see what those are for quite some time. Some people are seeing it now, but as it expands. With that being said, factors that affect mental health, because we're going to kind of circle back around. Obviously, self-esteem. This is the value we place on ourselves, our positive self-image and sense of self-worth. So many times people are going to say, oh, well, self-esteem, that's really just for the younger kids, the adolescents. But even adults, like, if your self-esteem is down, I can speak as a woman, if you're not feeling as attractive or as smart, it's definitely going to affect everything else. So how are we going to get that back up? Feeling loved. Children who feel loved, trusted, and accepted by their parents and others are far more likely to have good self-esteem. Confidence, family breakup or loss, a difficult behavior, physical ill health or abuse. Mental health breaks. So when you are feeling low, or more importantly, when you see that someone else is feeling low, these are some suggestions that the county actually posted recently. I didn't put all of them. I just kind of picked the ones that I felt were most applicable to where we are. Like, it was like cross country skiing. That's fantastic. But I don't think that Floridians, we would be cross-country skiing too much. But get plenty of sleep. Stop to enjoy small aspects of the day. I find that this is the best one. Use a stress ball or other stress reliever. Perform a random act of kindness and smile. We will come back to that. Exercise, deep breathing exercises, yoga, pet a dog, or eat breakfast. I know that some of these to some of you might seem kind of off. I promise you, if you perform a random act of kindness or just walk around and smile, eventually you will feel the smile inside. So mark my words. Pet a dog or cat. I'm not going to leave you out, Katie. Pet a cat. There's therapy animals. I think, if I'm not mistaken, correct me if I'm wrong, guys, there's some therapy animals in Seminole County, right? At some of the schools. I can't see the thing. But
correct.
I'm sure
there are. And some of our resource officers have some.
Oh my gosh, I'm so jealous. I wish my school had that. But yeah, I just think that is so incredibly fantastic. And they brought it up actually at one of the county health meetings. And I think that they're looking to get more, because it's been such a successful program. I didn't know that they had actually started it, but then now that I'm saying that, I remember them mentioning some of the schools. So yeah, and I put eat breakfast, but really it's just eating a balanced regular meal. And that kind of falls back into that physical health as well. Why is physical health important? We're going to switch gears just a little bit. Like I said, we'll circle back around. But physical activity or exercise can improve your health and reduce the risk of developing severe diseases like type 2 diabetes, cancer, cardiovascular disease. Physical activity and exercise can have immediate and long-term health benefits. Most importantly, regular activity can improve your quality of life. I don't know about you guys, but I will go to the gym, and after a week of consistently going, I'm like, I don't understand why I'm super skinny and can lift 200 pounds. It's hard. But being consistent, just small little baby steps, it can improve everything. And this is so, so important. This is why when they talk about PE and recess for the younger kids, but physical education, it really, really is important. And I know some of the kids are able to kind of switch gears and go to, like Little League as I'm watching a field, or dance, even some of those non-physical ones. Just getting out and moving is so, so important. We'll talk about that in a later slide. How does your physical health affect your life? Poor physical health can lead to an increased risk of developing mental health problems. Similar poor mental health can negatively impact on physical health. Ooh, weird typo. Leading to an increased risk of some conditions. None of this is new to all of us. I get it. We're going to get to the thick of it. Ways to increase physical activity. This is my favorite list. I don't need to read all of them, but just some of the ones that you might not have thought of. Just play with your kids or your grandkids. Just go for a walk around the neighborhood. A 10-minute walk has proven to increase endorphins in your body by 20%. 10 minutes. So if you did that for a little bit longer, more endorphins. It's just so good. Local resources. I'm not going to lie to you. This list wasn't complete because I was actually waiting for Walt Griffin to give me back some of the things. As soon as I get it, I'm going to email it out to all everyone who signed up, even the people that weren't able to actually make it today. But we do have a couple workshops that are going on, and I'm so excited about both of these. And again, I can send these out, or you can screenshot it right now. I'll leave it up but there's a social emotional learning workshop. It's a 6-week workshop for elementary school parents and students, but I did ask and said it really can be beneficial for all grades. And ourselves, because I saw some of the material. It's going to be really, really good. But they're talking about self-awareness, self-management, social awareness, relationship skills, and responsible decision making. We're actually going to try and share this on the main page, on the Facebook page as well. So there is this one. The next one is also from the county. This is a virtual training. It's self-paced course, and I think that there is a live. Let me see. Yes, there's a live virtual session as well. So learning some of the common mental health disorders, risk factors, and warning signs for those, which I really, really, really think is probably the most important. The old school thought of, oh, is your kid secluded, or is, yes, those are the most glaring common signs. But I think that a lot of some of the smaller things we miss. Just some things to, keep in mind. I lost my place. Oh, how to distinguish between typical adolescent development and a mental health concern. Sorry, I got ahead of myself. And then they're going to go over some more intense local resources, which I do have a slide for. Not all of the ones that they have, because I think that they're still building their list for this. But I will personally be attending both of these. I think that they are so fantastic. And I'm so proud of Seminole County for doing it. What else? Oh, and I was told to remind everyone that on this one, the youth mental health first aid, there is a limited class size. I think, in full disclosure, I think the class size is actually quite large, but nevertheless, there is a cap on it. So if they knock it out of the park, we want to make sure that everyone gets it.
Tiffany, can I add in there? I took that class. I took that class last year, and I think the cap is close to 20 because there is some interaction. I'm not sure how they're doing it virtually, but there was some small group interaction that they may be doing with breakout rooms. But it is an excellent course, and you come away with a manual that they've only touched on pieces of it. But I cannot emphasize enough how important this is right now. We have lost students over the summer. We lost a 12-year-old in our school system over the summer whose mom is willing to help it out with anything we want to do going forward. But this is part of the course that they offered in the high school and the middle school last year. And and the girl that I was mentoring did not want to go to the course. And I told her, I said, I'm taking off my mentoring hat. I'm putting on my mama hat. You do not want to go to a friend's funeral because you didn't take this course and recognize what's going on.
Yes.
I mean,
Yeah.
it's that important in this day.
I love that you did that. Hold on. Yes, I heard that the difference between this year's course and last year's is obviously, did you do the self-pace?
Yes, I did it face to face.
So now they're doing like a self-paced course. So you have like a link and you can kind of go through the first part of it. And then the second part is like a live like forum chat, kind of like what we're doing right now, like where you could just like jump in and talk about it. So I would need to find out what the cap is. I wasn't oh, isn't that nice? Please ignore that. Oh goodness, there we go. Look, so much pretty. Okay. But they weren't able to give me like actual cap sites. They were a little vague about it. So I know that they're using the web, what is it called? The WebEx information for some of these. So they said if they got a huge sign up that they would be able to kind of alter a little bit. But I love that you've been to it. I can't wait. I'm super excited about it. Are you going again this year?
Probably not because of the cap sizes.
Right. Oh, good point. You're so nice.
Yeah, I don't want to take the place of somebody who needs to be there because it is so important that, and especially that our kids are aware so they can help find those signals and point somebody out.
Yes, absolutely. Oh, Linda, it is self-paced. Why is there a cap? I went last year's class. It was great.
The first 2 hours is self-paced.
Yes, the first 2 is self-paced. I think because we're going to try and break things up is what I was originally told. Kind of like how Katie said that they broke out in breakout groups. I don't know. I don't have a good answer for you. I know that that's not what you want to hear, but Holly, what did you say? Ron lost 20 pounds. Shaw. Pokemon Go? You are so right. That's good. So many people did that. My kids loved that. That was fun. We don't do it anymore. We should do that again. Thanks for bringing that up, Holly. Okay, so here's some awesome resources. Again, I'm going to try and send this out because I learned how you can send information to everyone after the fact. I apologize. But I can post it on there and you'll still have access to it. So some of these, the We Can is the ways to enhance children activity and nutrition. This is my absolute favorite. That's why it's at the top. Such a great resource. It goes through like, it constantly is updating. So a lot of different groups like the Heart Association, Lung Association, all put information. They all share information on there. So, easy. Not everyone wants to go play baseball or soccer, and that's totally okay. So this website kind of shows you both, like if you're into the traditional sports as well as if you wanted to, like Pokemon Go, that's not a traditional sport. I mean, it should be a sport. It should be in the Olympics, let's be honest, because it's hard. But I think that it's great. So this kind of goes through that as well as nutrition. Katie brought up a great point, especially right now. If you're just feeling down, we want kids and parents, parents and teachers to feel fully supported. I am a firm believer that it takes a village. And right now we need our village. We need our people. I'm super duper proud to be a part of the county PTA, board this year. I just can't speak enough about everyone. And so, that list is something, the list of everyone in other positions, that's great. But I promise you, any of those people, like Shelly said, are there to help if you need to cry, talk, walk it out, anything. This next one is exercise and physical activity for older adults. So we want to get those mamas, those grandmas, the daddies, all of that, teachers. It's going to help as well. But this is National Institute of Aging. So they're helping, our older adults. Physical activity and guidelines for Americans is the next one. This is a federal run page. It's the .gov. The next one's the youth. I lost my place. Oh, so this one, where is it? The youth, I'm going to say this wrong, compendium. Don't laugh at me. This is totally being recorded. Of physical activities provides a list of 196 common activities in which youth participate and the estimated energy costs associated with each activity. You will fall down a rabbit hole on this website. But it has a lot of great information. The next one is Move Your Way campaign. This is a fantastic campaign. I'm a huge believer. I think back in one of my other slides when it listed the physical activity, one of them was to start a walking group. Just get a group of friends who just want to walk and talk and everything. It will make your life, it will fill your cup. I promise you. What else do we have? Physical activity is for everybody. This is like the 5 easy steps from the CDC healthcare providers. I was gonna pick a couple of these and have them on there, but it would have been a little too cumbersome. But they're talking about the 5 easy steps. This is actually the program that a lot of the schools are using in terms of what the PE is advertising and doing, especially in the elementary and middle school. High school is adopted a little bit different for obvious reasons. Their kids are doing a lot different activities and how their classes run. And then the physical activity for people with disabilities. This is a great one. So it's going to take those mainstream exercises and they're going to do adaptations for, different activity levels or abilities. Yeah, I know this is super amazing, but this is my email address for the county. So any questions or concerns, please email me. If I don't know the answer, and I am the first person to say, I don't know everything by any means, but I have no problem saying, I don't know that answer. Let me find it out for you. So please email me anything. Does anyone have any questions or concerns? Is it self-fit? Oh, we talked about that.
Thank you so much, Tiffany. That was an awesome job.
You're welcome. I know it was like short and sweet and quick, but with the loss of electricity, we're going with it, guys. We're going.
Oh, I am so tickled that you were able to figure out how to do this from your truck.
I know, right? Here we go. So,
and the word is compendium.
Yeah, compendium. See, I knew it didn't sound right in my head. I hope that y'all have a fantastic rest of your Saturday, and that I hope it goes great. But please reach out to me if you have any questions or anyone else has any questions. Sound good?
Good job, everybody. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. Have a great day, guys.
Bye, Katie.
Bye-bye. I'm trying to find how to turn it off.
Oh, it took me a while too.
There we go.